Alright, we're doing it live, baby. I look homeless. I haven't shaved, but you know what? It's alright. You don't gotta smell me, so count yourself lucky. We're gonna do a tier list. We're gonna do only the Treyarch maps. I might do non-Treyarchs in a later tier list if you all want that, but you gotta let me know. Alright, first, where is Noct? Here it is. Noct. It's the first map, man. It's the first map. It's simple. It did what it needed to do. Scary for the time. But if we're looking at it today, kind of boring. Those early rounds really kill it. Before round 5, you're looking at a long stretch, baby. Let's see. Let's put it in C or D. C or D. Let's see. What are we feeling? C or D? Let's put it in C for now. We might move that later. It has the ray gun. It has the ray gun. That's about it. We're not going to do any of the remakes or anything. Besides the giant, because that's different enough to make it its own map. Let's see what's next. We've got... Where's Verrucht at? Here it is, here it is, here it is. Alright, Verrucht. I feel like it had a good enough atmosphere to make it better than Noct. It felt like the early rounds were faster too. It had super sprinters, still just the ray gun I believe, but it gave us perks, so that's an immediate step up, and the power switch came in. Is it good tier though? Looking at it today, it's kind of annoying to play because of the World at War hitboxes and there not being a wonder weapon. But let's put it at top of C. Okay, okay. Shinonuma, I'm putting it in D. It's boring. I mean, yeah, it's got the Wonder Waff, but so do 20 other maps. You can get to super high rounds, but that's really the only thing that makes it fun. If it didn't have that, nobody would play this map. I mean, it's ugly. It's way more open. It gave us a way more open map, and we're outside, but how far is that really going to take me? Not very. We're going to put it in D. Darius, at least B. It has to be at least B. It's got Pack-a-Punch, it's got the teleporters, it's got the PPSH, it's got the Wonder Waff. They did fix the 24 zombies, though, so it's a lot harder. The catwalk strategy, it's got to be in B. The atmosphere is crazy good. I think Verrucht has a better atmosphere overall, but Darius, amazing atmosphere. It was just revolutionary for zombies, so it's got to be at least B. Kino, this was pretty much everybody's first map. I mean, everybody that didn't start at World at War started here. Yeah, Thunder Gun, iconic. The training, iconic. We're not going to talk about what it was originally called. I'm going to put it... Can't put it above Darius. I can't put it above Darius. Darius did way more for the community than Kino did. Sure, Kino was super popular. It was the first map on Black Ops 1. But it was just Darius 2. Which makes sense, where it's supposed to be World at War's DLC, but it's just Darius 2. It's got the teleporters, it's got a wonder weapon, it's a bigger map, I can give it that. It was super fun, but I just can't justify putting it over Darius. 5. Where's 5? 5. I think 5 is an underrated, great map. Is it a great map? Now I'm second guessing myself. It's a really good map. It's a really good map, and everybody puts it down in C or D, but there is no way it's a C or D map. This was like the shadows of Black Ops 1. You had Kino as the easier, the giant type map, and 5 as the more complex, harder map. It's super close quarters. The Winter's House sucks cock. The Pentagon Thief, I wish we could see him come back. I can't believe they took him away in Classified. But we'll talk about that map when we get there. 5, insanely underrated. I'm putting it above Kino. Not going to put it above Darius. Not going to put it above Darius. It did not do enough to innovate like Darius did. Darius was way more important for the zombies community than 5. I gotta admit that, and you're probably going to hear that a lot when I'm talking about Darius versus whatever else is in B tier. But I do think it's better than Kino for sure. What's next? Ascension? Ascension? Where's Ascension? Alright, Ascension. Ascension, super open map, made it super easy map, had the first not wonder weapon, had the first Easter egg, but it was just RNG, it was just RNG Easter egg. It had the not wonder sphere, it had the Gersh device, it had the Gersh device, it had Put it in C. It's better than Noct. More replayable than Verruct. But those monkeys are... those monkeys are so trash. I hate the monkeys. We're going to put it right here. We're going to leave it right there. It's going to move around for sure, but I'm going to have to leave it there for now. Call of the Dead. Another underrated map. I think it's finally having a resurgence and people are realizing how good of a map this is. But I think the Scavenger being okay. It's a really fun wonder weapon. I can't deny that. It's really fun. But it kind of sucks in the later rounds. In the VR11, nobody plays co-op on Call of the Dead anymore. So don't talk to me about the insta-kill on the VR11. Don't talk to me about that. It's not as good as Monkey Bomb. It's not as good as an upgraded crossbow. It's trash, man. I can't base it off of that. But it's got such a good design. The only thing I'll say about the design that's negative is that I just wish there were more fast travel options. And George, as a boss, kind of annoying, but I get it. It's also, you get a free perk if you kill him. I'm going to put it at the top of good, or I'm going to put it in great. It's probably going to be at the bottom of great by the end of this, but it is a great map. Shangri-La, the biggest thing on this map is the Pack-a-Punch system. You cannot play Shangri-La public match or with people that don't have mics, but to be honest, who's doing that anyways in 2024? It's got the baby gun, not my favorite wonder weapon. It's got those traps that hurt the player too constantly. It's kind of annoying. Pack-a-Punch system is also kind of annoying, even on solo. I'll put it behind Ascension. I think I'd rather play Ascension over Shangri-La. Next, what was next? Do we have Moon? Where's Moon? First thoughts, Excavator. The Excavators suck. The Excavators suck the fun out of this map. They're awful. They're terrible. Area 51, great. Amazing start to the map. Easter egg. The end of the Easter egg is really my only pro Easter egg sentiment. But it was so insane, you cannot put it anywhere below good. The zap guns were awesome. The wave gun was awesome. Spaceman zombie, annoying. Literally didn't give you anything. I don't know how they went from George giving you really good rewards for killing him straight to Moon, where it's a less interesting boss that also doesn't give you shit. But average. We're gonna put it in average. We're gonna put it top of average. I'd rather play Moon over any of these maps, even though the Excavators really kill me. Where is Transit? We're gonna do Transit first. Transit is fun only when you're playing with 4 people. Solo Transit is the worst experience. Well, no, it's not. You'll see about that later. But Transit, it had big goals. It just couldn't live up to them. The hardware was not there yet. We could not do this on the Xbox 360. If this was on what we have now, crazy different. They wouldn't have to put the fog in. They wouldn't have to put those stupid ass denizens. Sorry, don't look at my fucking forehead. They wouldn't have to put in the denizens. They wouldn't have to put in the fog. We'd be able to just run wherever we want to, even though it'd be kind of a running simulator still. We wouldn't have to be knifing every 5 seconds. And why is Noct in there? It's just a terrible, less interesting version of Noct. Transit makes me angry, because it could have been so great. It could have been so great, but it's just not. It sucks. The bus sucks. The power system sucks. The Avogadro sucks. It's terrible. Transit, I'm putting it in bad. I've talked myself into putting it in bad. Town though, good map. Town is a good map. You've got everything you want in a confined area that is actually playable and good. The lava, don't talk to me about the lava. It sucks, I know. But we're working with Transit, Farm, and Bus Depot, okay? We can only get so much. I mean, you start off with everything already available. You don't gotta turn power on. You don't gotta do anything crazy. Everything's just available. It's almost like a sandbox, except it's actually not at all. Anyways, Town is a good map. Everybody plays Town way more than Transit, or honestly most of the Black Ops 2 maps. Town always has the most players on it. Farm kind of sucks. It's got perks. It's got the box. It's foggy. It's dark. But it didn't work. It sucks. It's boring. There's no way to get to high rounds. There's no wonder weapon, unless you count the ray gun Mark II, but that's not really the greatest wonder weapon. What else do we got here? We've got Bus Depot somewhere. Here it is, Bus Depot, worse than Transit. Wow, they have the same picture, but Bus Depot, you get nothing. You don't want to play it. It's terrible. You've just got the box. I guess they were trying to go for a Noct kind of feel, but you know what? Noct is way better. Noct is the original. Bus Depot is just a cut-off version of the smallest part of Transit. I would rather have had the Power Station, to be honest. Or just Noct from Transit as a map itself. That would have been better. But anyways, Die Rise. People hate on Die Rise too much. People hate on Die Rise way too much. The Slickofire is one of my favorite wonder weapons. It's amazing. They shouldn't have patched it, but still, it's an amazing wonder weapon. I think the verticalness of the map gets too much hate. Just don't suck. Just don't suck at hitting the beds, or don't jump off the map. It's not that hard. Genuinely, it's not that hard. I can't remember the last time I actually fell off the map or died from fall damage in this map. It does suck for the elevators. It does suck for honestly being just gray. I think the jumping jacks are okay. People hate on them too much. They give you a good reward with the perks if you have 100% accuracy. The Trample Steam, interesting. It introduces like an actual good buildable, and that leads into Buried, so that's a plus, I guess. It's got the bank in the refrigerator again. I mean, positive or negative, but I mean, it's there for you to use if you want, so I'm putting it in average. I'd rather play it over Moon. I'd rather play it over Ascension. Rather play it over the rest of these maps. Next, we have the first S tier map. Not you. Mob of the Dead. S tier map. Top 5 easily. Top 4 100%. The plane. The storytelling, the acid gat, the shield, the warden, the dogs. It's amazing. Everything about this map services the story, the gameplay. The Easter eggs on this map are insanely good. They're not so complex that they're annoying to do, but they're not so easy that it's just too easy. The only negative about this map is really if you're playing and you build a plane and you have to go around and get the gas canisters again. That's kind of annoying, but that's not even really that big of a deal. S tier map, easily one of my favorite maps of all time. And then we get into Buried, an interesting map, super unique. I mean, you're in an Old West town underground. What other map is even close to that kind of crazy setting? The Witches were a good addition with the perk. Time Bomb, awesome. The weapons they added that fit the time period were also amazing, super unique, super fun to use. The Paralyzer, honestly a better jet gun. How did I not talk about the jet gun in Transit? How did I not talk about the jet gun? That piece of shit. Paralyzer, infinite ammo, super good for map traversal. Probably the best sandbox we've got. I'm putting it at the top of B. No, I'm gonna put it in great. It's a great map. It's a great map. After cooking up Die Rise and Transit, Buried is amazing compared to those two. Buried is insane to come out of the same developer from Die Rise and Transit. But, yeah, they did really good on Buried. Origins. S tier map. S tier map. But the question is, am I going to put it before or after Mob of the Dead? I'm going to have to put it before. I think it's got a better, more complex Easter egg. I think it's got just as good at characters, introducing the new timeline characters and the new timeline in general. Staffs, amazing wonder weapons, some of the best we've got. Having the 4 wonder weapons to where you don't get the wonder weapon and somebody just leaves because they don't have one. They all have amazing upgrade quests. They're super powerful. They're just great. They're great wonder weapons. On top of that, the World War I setting, it was great. The atmosphere was top tier, 100%. Right with Mob of the Dead. Top tier atmospheres, top tier storytelling. The Panzer being introduced is one of the scariest boss zombies we've seen. When that first came out and you heard that sound, yeah, you shit your pants. You shit your pants. That was so scary the first few times around. If you weren't set up right, you're done. But we got to keep going. Enough about Origins. Let's see, what else do we have? How did I forget about Nuketown? Well, I know how I forgot about Nuketown because it's kind of boring. The random perks are Can be fun or annoying depending on, you know, what you want to think about that. It's got the Mark II if you have buried, but that's about it, which is a bit of a drawback. But the M27 was super fun. I think it added some other unique weapons, but I could be wrong about that. It's just Nuketown, man. It's just Nuketown with zombies thrown in, random perks coming down, you know. They could have done more, but, well, we see what happened when they try to do more. Maybe they shouldn't have. Shadows of Evil is the greatest zombies map of all time. It's got the best wonder weapon of all time. It's got the most unique setting. The rocket shield, I mean, I could have done without the rocket part, but it's cool, you know. They try to do something different. The characters are okay. You know, they didn't do as good as Mob of the Dead, but, you know, you can't have perfection every time. But Shadows, most replayability, a complex map with, you don't have to do the complexities, though. I mean, the most complex part that you have to do is really Pack-a-Punch, but that's not that complex. You just got to go to 4 different places and then unlock the bottom area, which isn't very hard. It's got, how did I not talk about Afterlife? Afterlife on Mob of the Dead. But it has an Afterlife-like system. I think it's better than Afterlife, with opening everything up, shocking everything, breaking the walls. Specialist weapon with the sword was amazing. It was super fun to use. Had a good upgrade quest. I think they were supposed to have an upgrade quest for the wonder weapon, but that got taken out and put in Revelations, I believe. Shadows of Evil, I mean, there's so much to say about it. I'm just gonna leave it here. I think it's the best map of all time. It's not getting any better than that. And then next came The Giant. The Giant, for gameplay alone, it's at least good. It's a simple remake with more Easter eggs, better weapons, better characters, more perks, new Pack-a-Punch system with double Pack-a-Punch. It just upgraded in every single way. It's what we use to grind for Gobblegums, XP. It's at least good. Am I gonna put it in great? No. It's not a super great map. It's Therese. It's Therese, okay? It's The Giant. It is what it is. And then we got another S tier map in Drak. The bows, amazing. The storytelling, amazing. The Easter egg, amazing. The specialist, good. But that final cutscene on the Easter egg, crazy. We took it back to Moon, but instead of blowing up the Earth, we blew up the Moon because of Griffin Station. It's a great map. It takes everything from Mob of the Dead, Origins, and Shadows and puts it into one map and makes it legendary. It's an amazing map, but it's not super innovative. Most of what we see in this map is just better versions of what we had before, like the bows, the Panzer, the dragons that were just like the dogs in Mob. So for that, I've got to put it at the last in S, because all three of these brought brand new things to the table. They innovated in so many ways, had amazing Easter eggs, had amazing everything, and Drak is an amazing map, don't get me wrong. It's great. I've played the shit out of this map, but it's not super innovative, so it's gonna stay here. And next we got Zetsubo. Super hated when this map came out. I watched the top 5 from back in the Black Ops 3 days. What was that, like 7 years ago? This was on the top 5 worst maps of all time. You know how crazy that is? Do you know how crazy that is that Zetsubo was worse than Nuketown, Shino, Farm, Transit, and Bus Depot? People would rather play those maps than Zetsubo? That's insane. The Spider Boss alone is amazing. The quest to get the Wonder Weapon is annoying, but at least the Wonder Weapon's fun. The Specialist is one of the best ones. It might be the best one we got in the whole game. That was crazy good. The plant system's annoying as hell, but you don't have to use it. I mean, you do if you want to do the Easter egg, but you don't have to do that. The Easter egg is kind of annoying too, but I mean, it's a good map. It's got a good layout. It's got a good set of Easter eggs. It's got a good wonder weapon. It's just a little tedious and annoying. I mean, it's not a bad map. But where am I gonna put it in good? With the amount of stuff and the Easter eggs that you can do in this map, I'm gonna put it at the top of good. And it's gonna stay there. It's gonna stay at the top of good. I wanna put it in great, but the tediousness of some of those things just kind of drag it down. Gorod Krovi. This was almost like a Black Ops 1 map in Black Ops 3 with the Black Ops 3 weapons. It was super fun. The Wonder Weapon was in the box. The Wonder Weapon was the Reagan Mark III, which was, it was okay. It was okay. It was not bad. I mean, it was fun to use. It fit the map pretty well. The dragons. Who would have thought we got dragons in zombies? The dragon shield is the best shield we ever got. It's super good. That's why they brought it back in Revelations. I don't think I've ever completed this Easter egg, though, because I suck. I suck. How can I do the Origins Easter egg and the Shadows Easter egg and all other... I don't think I've done every Easter egg except for this one, because it's so hard. But I'm not going to count that against it just because I suck. The Dragon Strike is awesome. The Specialist with the dragon on your wrist is really cool too. I'm going to put it in Great. I think I'm going to put it above Buried, but I think Call of the Dead, I have more fun on Call of the Dead than Gorod Krovi. Well, I guess there's not much more to say about that. The hype for Revelations. This could have been one of the greatest maps of all time, and it still would not have lived up to the expectations we had for this map. Everybody wanted a collaboration from all the different maps and times of zombies, and that's what we got. And guess what? People didn't know what they really wanted, and we got Revelations. Revelations, not to say it's bad, but you know, it's just there's no uniqueness. There's no want to go back to play it, because once you play it the first time and get through everything, that's really all there is to it, unless you're going for high rounds, in which case this has two of the best Wonder Weapons of all time, with the Marstagua and the Thunder Gun. It has the DG4s. It has everything on this map is just from another map aside from the starting room and the Apothecant Beast where Pack-a-Punch is. The boss zombies has the Panzer and the Margwa, two reused bosses. Easter egg sucks. The Easter egg is terrible. That's why it took so long. The reason it took so long to find it is because the steps are just so random and you would never... I mean, come on. These steps are insane. And the boss fight at the end was super underwhelming. I'm going to have to put it in average. I'm going to put it top average. I mean, it's fun if you want to go for high rounds. Well, I mean, it's easy if you want to go for high rounds. The masks make it super easy, especially the God Mask. Let's do Voyage of Despair. I liked the idea for Voyage of Despair. I thought it was going to be the next Mob of the Dead. I thought it was going to be amazing. But it just wasn't. They tried to do what they did with Mob and modeled it after the actual place. But with Voyage, it just didn't work at all. Too complex, too confusing. And I like complex. I like Origins and Shadows. They're my two favorite maps of all time. And this bitch takes 3 hours to complete the Easter egg. Voyage is kind of just annoying. It's got boss zombie spam. It's terrible for that. The Wonder Weapon is underwhelming. The upgrades suck. The Easter egg's annoying too. It has one of the best boss fights of all time in zombies. That one's super good. But other than that, I'm gonna put it atop of lackluster. It had the ability to be more than it was. It had the ability to be good. Had the ability to be an S tier map. It just wasn't that. Let's go for 9 next. I think 9 is overhyped because it's compared to Voyage of Despair, Alpha Omega, Blood of the Dead, Tog, and Ancient Evil. And 9 is probably the second best of those. But do I think it's a great map? Not really. Is it a good map? Maybe. I think it's maybe a good map. Would I rather play 9 or Town? I'd rather play Town. 9 or Kino? Rather play Kino. I just can't connect with this map. I don't like the gladiators. I don't like the tigers. I don't like the reward system with the crowd. I don't like the Wonder Weapon. The simple map, it's got simple mechanics. Boss spam sucks, again. That's just a Black Ops 4 problem overall. I'll leave it in good because I know it's structurally a good map. Let's look at Classified. I wanted to like Classified. I played it like I liked it. But I knew it's just okay. The Easter egg, terrible. The worst Easter egg we've ever got. Round 150. It was round 200. How were we supposed to reach round 200 when this game didn't even play right? It wouldn't even play at all. You just blue screen, you crash, you couldn't do anything. Winter's House still sucks. The Pentagon Thief is gone. randomness of the teleporters is gone, so there's no chaos factor anymore. It's just a worse version of 5. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of average. Yeah, I'll put it at the very bottom of average, because at least I can jump in and have some fun on this map, even if it does kind of make me sad. Blood of the Dead is the biggest disappointment I've seen in zombies. It had to live up to Mob of the Dead, which is big shoes to fill, but it didn't do that. Easter egg, annoying, long. The only thing that saves the Easter egg is that final few minutes of the Easter egg with the cutscene, and the final fight is okay. But everything before that, you need to set aside 3 hours of your time to do this shit map, to do the Easter egg that sucks cock. They took everything good about Mob and took it out. You can't get the acid gat now. You can't get a good version of the retriever. It kind of sucks now. The bridge is gone. The bridge is gone. The best part of Mob, one of the best parts of Mob, is gone. This map just makes me angry to look at and play. So we're going to leave it. Well, I'd rather play it over Farm. We'll put it behind Forage. Dead of the Night. Dead of the Night is okay. The Crew, I think, is the worst in zombies. You got to play this map with the voice volume off. The Wonder Weapon's okay. I think it's good statistically. I don't think it's very fun to use. The Easter eggs are annoying and tedious. Those Fratus are annoying. The werewolves are annoying. This map is just tedious incarnate. But once you do get set up, I guess it's okay. I'd rather play Classified. I'd rather play Knocked. So I'm just going to leave it right here at the bottom. And then we got... What did we get next? Is it Alpha Omega? We're just going to say it is. Alpha Omega. The bigger version of Nuketown. I think I'd rather play Nuketown. The Wonder Weapons are annoying. Well, I guess not annoying. They just aren't good. Aren't unique. The Crew. I mean, you get both crews, but like, cool, I guess. It's not going to save the map from being lackluster. The zapping crawlers have got to be the worst mini-boss zombie in the entire franchise. Map layout is annoying. The end of the map with the Easter egg is the only saving grace from putting this in bad. I want to put it in bad because of how much I dislike it, but it's going to stay here because of the final cutscene. So, nothing more to say about that. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Moving on. Ancient Evil. Gonna be honest, I haven't even played it. Stopped playing Black Ops 4 after Alpha Omega, and you know what? I think that's justified. So we're also gonna put TOG in here. I think I should probably try Ancient Evil at least, because I heard that was actually genuinely good. Even though it had the Chaos storyline, which sucked up to that point. I heard it brought back some interest into the storyline just to end it. So, moving into Cold War, D Machine is a good map. It is a good map. I was really surprised they actually brought it back after Black Ops 4. There were so many people that weren't even from the zombies community looking at D Machine and playing it. The only caveat is, it's easy. It's way too easy. The Easter egg is, it's way too easy. They hold your hand through the whole thing. There's not really much left to explore because it just lays everything out for you. You don't get a starting weapon. You get to just choose whatever you want. They just took all the mystery and everything that made the storylines before it so good, where you had to piece everything together on your own, and they threw that out the window in favor of holding your hand through the whole thing. But at least they gave us a good map experience with replayability. So I'm going to put it at the top of good. But it is a really good map. I think it's got a good layout. It's a decent start to a story that went somewhere. But the map itself, I thought it was pretty good. Firebase Z, lackluster map. It didn't do anything cool. The Ray K was okay. Mimics were annoying. But map layout, you know, nothing much to say about that. It's just a map. And that's really the whole problem with this entire map. It's just a map. When you think of Cold War, Firebase Z is definitely not the first map you think of. It's also not frustratingly bad. It's not annoyingly tedious. It's just a map. So I'm just going to put in lackluster because I'd rather play everything above it. Next was, what was next? Was it Mauer? Or let's do Outbreak. I don't remember when that came out, to be honest, but let's do Outbreak. Outbreak is average. It's average. I mean, I'd rather play it than all of these. I'll put it right here. It's something you can just sit back and play. It's not super serious. It's not super hard. It's got some cool new mechanics, I'll admit, even though Outbreak's not my favorite thing. I'd rather than put more work into a round-based map. But it's not offensive or bad or anything like that. So I'll just leave it in average here. It's a good experience. Forsaken makes me kind of upset because it is literally just the campaign map, but connected with teleporters and zombies thrown in and a boss at the end. Nothing super unique, even though the Crystal Axe is super cool. I will give it that. It does have a pretty cool wonder weapon. It's fun to use. But other than that, the map is just, you know, Firebase Z effect. I'm not going to think of Forsaken whenever I think of Cold War. Why did I do Forsaken before Mauer? Mauer is actually a great map. I think Mauer is the best map in Cold War by far. The wonder weapons are awesome. The fact that you can just switch it out as soon as you see that drop from a zombie is awesome. The ball spam is a little much. The map layout is what really sells it for me. It's amazing. The map layout is awesome. The trading spots are really good. The pack-a-punch spot is where I like to be at. Yeah, I just really like this map. The aesthetics of the map are really good. The Easter egg is really good. It's just everything about it is great to me. I really like it. I'm not sure what other people feel about it, but in my opinion, this is a really, really good map. And if they could do something like this for Black Ops 6 with some new mechanics, because I was not really a fan of Black Ops Cold War's mechanics overall. I didn't like the armor system, and I really didn't like the pack-a-punch system either. I just hope they can do something like this for Black Ops 6. Duran Fong and Terra Maledicta are the two worst zombies experiences of all these. There's no heart or soul in these. We need to make maps for this game to sell it. Treyarch's gonna do it. They threw their name on it. There obviously was some effort put in, but there's nothing new. There's nothing cool. There's nothing fun. They are so terrible. And if I ever see Vanguard zombies anywhere above F tier on any fucking tier list, these two deserve nothing but painful. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I know